Hey, everybody, it's Mama's Comedy Show.
Hey, cousin everybody, it's me, Cousin Todd, with Mama's Comedy Show. And with me is Cousin Melanie.
Hello.
And Cousin James.
I got the memo for the black shirt.
Yeah.
And Cousin Andrew.
Hey, I'm ambiguously ethnic.
You guys are being a little racist right now.
No, I'm being honest.
I cannot stand for that. How are you guys doing?
I'm a little wet.
It's so rainy.
It is pretty exciting.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't been back here in like a month, so it's exciting to do something that's not family friendly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I've missed 6 Mama's shows.
Yeah.
My first
We had a
one-
wild time.
Yeah. You guys.
Yeah,
you
Did
guys-
whatever we wanted.
When you're gone, we actually do real comedy.
It's too bad no one saw it.
It's kind of,
Only half of the time no one saw
Yeah.
it.
But I did do the family-friendly show yesterday.
Oh, did you? How was
And
it?
that was good. My personal assistant's parents came to see it.
Yes.
I love her.
They've never seen one of our shows before.
I didn't know that.
Because they're not allowed to come here.
Yeah, no. They can't see the son-in-law in this light.
Okay, but
Yeah.
who does not allow them? Them or your assistant?
I do not allow them.
You do not allow
Yeah,
them.
they're
Yeah.
sweet,
Okay.
like salt of the earth people.
Yeah.
They're Muslim. My mom is not allowed to see these shows. My dad came to see
Your mom lives in a convent.
Yeah. That's why she's not allowed to see these shows.
I remember your
Interesting.
dad coming to the shows.
Yeah, my dad got some laughs.
Yeah.
So
They seemed like they had fun yesterday.
yeah, no, they did for sure. But anywho, on that,
Where were you, Todd?
I spent a week in the Bahamas,
You don't look tan.
and then I am actually dark. My assistant was telling me yesterday, I'm as dark as she is.
That's not true.
But
She lies to you.
I was, yeah.
Yeah,
How
she said
often?
I do.
Daily?
Every time she says, I love you too.
Great.
But no, I was in the Bahamas for a week. I came back for a day and a half, and then I was in Greece for 2 weeks.
Why'd you come back?
Ooh.
Stay an extra day and a half.
Because they paid me to be out there, but they stopped paying me at a certain
Yeah,
point.
that's-
Is it
Valid.
as pretty as the movies? Because the movies make it look so idealistic.
Yeah, except I didn't once see a Danny Zuko anywhere.
There was no like spontaneous dance moments.
I did.
Was there a woman who couldn't decide which of the 3 men were her daughter's father?
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, but
Were you one of those men?
No, but
Was there a big fat wedding?
Rizzo did get an abortion.
Yeah. Because there's worse things that she could do.
No, I was in Greece, and it was beautiful. And
Was there lightning?
I was working. You're still just stuck on the musical.
You started it.
But yeah, no, that's like my big travel. I have a few more trips coming up for work and some for fun. I am going to Japan
Konnichiwa.
Fun.
in November.
I thought you were going to give us the exact number of days.
Are you going to have Japanese Thanksgiving?
What's Japanese Thanksgiving?
Ooh.
I don't know. That's why I asked.
I mean,
Are you going to be in Japan for Thanksgiving?
I don't think they celebrate Thanksgiving
No,
because
but you
the
can get some
indigenous
KFC.
Americans didn't welcome them here.
Will you be there on the date of Thanksgiving?
But you could force
I don't
it.
think so. Yeah.
As most.
Yeah, you can
That's-
import it. You
that's
can
the-
totally introduce it to the Japanese.
That's the most American
Exactly.
thing I can
You
do.
could force them to do it.
I can invade Japan and declare it America.
Yeah.
Eat some turkey.
And yeah, and then give them turkey.
Watch
Yeah.
some football.
Although no, KFC is huge there.
Yeah, it's a Christmas thing.
But no, I'm excited about Japan. We're actually going with a group of friends. If you guys end up wanting to go to Japan, I'll give you the dates.
And then we won't go together? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
we-
if you want to go to Japan, I'll tell you when I'll be there. Go a different time.
Yeah, no, we can go. You can totally go.
For how
And
much?
How much?
Uh-huh.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Just look up ticket prices.
I thought you had like a package you were going to tell us about.
No.
He's selling us
I don't
Japan.
want to know anything about his package.
No. I'm going. Brian, my friend who owns Atomic Horror.
Uh-huh.
Don't know who that
I know
is.
him. I interviewed him.
He's going.
He's a nice guy.
And Jason, his
Soda.
brother,
Don't know who that is.
Is going. You've
So,
seen Jason.
Melanie, this guy Jason is funny because I've known him forever and a day, and how I knew him, he was a PA on a TV show we both worked
Oh,
on.
fun.
But his nickname was Soda. And this was seriously like 20 years ago, and I still, to this day, still call him Soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a name that sticks.
It is. It's one of those that
100% a
sticks.
good
Well,
name.
because he always drinks a lot of soda.
Yeah, because when everybody would go out drinking after the show, he would have soda.
Soda.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like me, he's a teetotaler.
It's not like
Yeah.
he used it to do nefarious things or anything. He just literally likes
Like
soda.
soda.
Yeah.
You know what's funny
That's a
about that
good
nickname?
nickname.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a negative.
It is a good nickname when you're in your 20s.
It's
but,
cute.
But as you get older and
Still good.
still only drink soda, it becomes a medical condition where it's not good for you to be
Wow.
drinking.
Somebody
Sugar
said the other day
content.
that soda, potato chips, and ice cream are the 3 worst things you can eat.
They can calm down.
And I'm like, why are you taking away my happiness?
Oh, well, you know what I got is I got a Ninja Creamy.
Oh, you can make your own healthy.
Yeah. So I actually made 3, I made 3 for myself and 1 for my assistant.
That sounds about right.
I was going to say, that seems appropriate,
yeah.
3-to-1 ratio.
No, well, but I'm not eating them all at the same
But he
time.
probably gave her the one he didn't like.
Right.
No,
yeah. He tried them all and went,
No, she got the vegan one.
The vegan, yes, absolutely.
So, do you know what a Ninja Creamy is?
makes things creamy.
That's what I do.
Ninja style.
Ninja style.
It sneaks up on you. And
It's
all
like
of
a
a sudden,
ninja and it chops frozen stuff so
Kind
fast
of.
it's creamy.
Kind of. So there's a $6,000 machine that high-end restaurants use, and they make their ice cream base.
Does McDonald's have one?
No. And then when you order ice cream, it basically creams it right there instantly. And that's rather than them having big barrels of ice cream that could go bad.
Yeah,
but
I
Is
cream
that like
instantly.
when you watch the Food Network and they fight over the ice cream machine?
Yes. Kind of.
Great.
Yes.
So, but what you can do with this, and the reason I got it is because you can make protein ice cream that is low calorie and
So
healthier.
you can jizz directly into it and poof, it's ice
Whoa.
cream.
No, that's salty. You're going to screw up the.
Well, I mean, there's different palates for everybody.
Oh, so you know what? You just reminded me of this. So by saying jizz, when I travel, and I think I've said this on the podcast before, I refuse to use the iron in a
Yes.
hotel room because one time I had the thought when I was ironing and I pushed the little button to spray the water onto my
you
thing.
thought that was somebody.
I went, well, no, I said, what if I peed in this? And then because I had that thought, I went, well, some lunatic out there has done that.
They do it
Probably.
with coffee machines too.
If I thought of it, some lunatic has done that.
I mean, someone has something all over every hotel room.
Right, but here's where it gets worse. So I was one of my friends that I work with on this show while we were in Greece, he had to iron something, and I said, oh, I refuse to use the irons in hotels because what if someone peed in the water filter or the water reservoir? And he was like, oh my gosh, well, like, what if someone just jerks off in the conditioner in the hotel room? And I went, you're right. Everything is off limits now at a hotel.
Unless
I
it's
don't
one of the
know.
conditioners that's sealed. Sometimes they have the seals
Right, yeah,
on
if
them.
it's the one that's sealed and you take it with you, but more and more hotels are doing
doing the
the refillable
Yeah.
thing. And yeah, you can
Earth
totally
friendly, jizz friendly.
jerk off in one of those.
I mean, that's a high aim.
It would be.
Yeah.
You have to have really good aim unless you're going to just scoop it in and scrape
actually,
it.
like if you go to a nicer hotel that does that, they're
What's a nicer hotel?
resort.
Oh.
But the bottles come down. It's not like a prison that you guys are referring to where it's mounted to the wall and you just
Hey,
squirt it onto
sometimes
your
being
hand.
mounted to the wall is not a bad thing.
Oh my God.
Hey, so in New York, I was really lucky. Cousin Jason hooked me up because randomly, when we were doing the kids, the family-friendly show, his cousin had actually been visiting, and I said, "Hey, I'm going to New York," and he's from New York. And he's like, "Oh, where are you staying?" I told him the hotel. He's like, "Oh, my friend's the concierge there." I'm like, "Oh yeah." So we just kind of friendly chatted about that. He texted his friend, said that I would be in town. And when I got there, they had upgraded us to a suite on the Hudson River.
Nice.
The bathroom was bigger than my house. It was
Yeah.
stupid. Like New York, it's pretty common to have like the bathroom door open onto the toilet,
Yes.
right? It's that small. But this had like a huge soaking tub. It had a huge shower, a separate room for the toilet. It was
Have
lovely.
you ever stayed at a hotel with a significant other, but the hotel it's like modern, so
Yes.
there's like just a glass
Yes,
wall where the
actually,
toilet is.
Right when Kevin and I first started dating, that was my birthday trip. He surprised us. We went to Savannah and we stayed at like the 5-star. He like went all out. I was like, okay, pockets. And we went in there and the tub is like free floating in the room.
Well,
Right.
yes.
And there literally is just a glass door for the toilet. And I mean,
Yeah,
this was fresh dating.
You got to go out on the balcony while I'm
No.
pooping because I don't want you watching me,
In the morning, he was
seeing
like,
my technique.
he was like, hey, I'm going to go down to the lobby. I was like, yeah, did you forget something? He's like, no. And I went, oh, he's got to poop. It's
Yeah.
so great. And we still haven't really done that stuff around each other.
I don't think there's any point where it's like, yeah, I'm just going to shit in front of you.
I'm like, we don't
It's
even
not a goal.
fart around each other. It's
It's
not a thing.
it's not a milestone or a goal.
Farting, yeah, farting is a different thing.
Different.
No, we don't do it.
Like, no, I fart all the time.
Yes, we know.
I'll make a game out of it. Like,
Well, girls don't fart. We're just filled with rage.
no, you
Yeah.
get backed up and bitch a lot. But the glass wall.
I just don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't understand how they thought that was a good idea.
Yeah.
Someone was like, this is hot.
Well, not that. The glass wall is one, and then for two, if the toilet faces out into the entryway where there's mirrored closet doors, so like you can literally watch yourself on the pot. It's
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah, the most confusing thing is I didn't know anyone still referred to it as the pot.
Oh, well, I have a stepmother from Michigan, so yeah. Every now and again, I get swig of her pop.
My,
I get snarl in your hair.
I was gonna be like, I don't know if I've ever heard it called the pot.
My hotel room in the Bahamas had like where the bathtub is. There was a set of windows that opened up to the rest of the room.
That's how the Grambo is.
And to the ocean. But on the other side of the bathtub was the toilet. So I always opened, because it's just me in the hotel by myself. So I'm like, I want to look at the ocean while I duke. And that was gorgeous.
And you were not on the ground floor.
You were inspired?
Yes. In fact, like I was like, I wonder if this is what it feels like to poop in the ocean.
It's always interesting to stay in a new hotel when you're in a different city and like you're on a romantic trip, or that's like part of the experience. When
The hotel layout matters.
when we went to, he surprised me for Disney this year for my birthday, and one of the resorts that I always wanted to stay at, I never thought I'd be able to. And
Which resort?
It was the Boardwalk.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my favorites. And the beds were not anchored to the wall, and the floors were hardwood.
Oh, yeah.
So
Wow.
beds travel, you guys. And it was a moment into things when we realized we're headed toward the door. I mean, I never knew that hotels didn't like anchor their furniture. It was
Yeah.
very odd.
Yeah, no, I remember you telling us about that before and like it bringing back very vivid memories of one particular girl I dated. But I don't know if the people below you appreciated it, because all they hear is like thump, thump.
It was faster than that.
Yeah. They were
what
like, either that's so fun or murder's happening.
I don't know if you can really hear, and then like in a big resort like that, can you really hear who's
Yes,
above you?
you can
I
hear
think
it.
so.
Well, good for us then.
I mean, clearly, though, the boardwalk was like, people don't have sex.
Oh,
This
it's
bed
true.
won't go anywhere.
Have you ever been in a hotel and walked down the hallway and you could hear stuff going on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was one I stayed at, and we could hear the people like neighboring us, and we got in competition with them. We were like, oh yeah, it's on.
Do you feel like you won?
What was really funny is you couldn't hear him, you just heard her nonstop, and then we heard like a giant thump, like either she fell off the bed, he fell off the bed, or he died. I don't know.
Or
Again,
both.
either fun or murder.
Or
Yeah.
yeah, it could have been a dismount. We don't know, but it was done after that.
I had a roommate who, her room, this was when I lived in Winter Park and I had a condo. And I remember parking my car, and when I opened my car door, which was like a walk to the condo, I could hear, "Ah," and I thought, no, that's not. And the closer I got, the more I realized that's my roommate
Ew.
getting banged, and it was so loud, and I was outside, and the next day I said, hey, so I heard you last night. And she was like, you heard me when you got home? And I went, kind of. I heard you when I got out of my car. And she was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah. I was like, good for you.
Yeah, my neighbors heard a few things when my windows were open and I didn't realize it. And the next morning, he's like, bringing in his garbage cans. And I'm like, hey, Lonnie, sorry if you heard anything last night. He's like, hey, at least somebody's getting it. He's like an older guy. He doesn't really care. And then I used to live by a high school, and the kids would walk past my window to go to school.
Yeah.
And
Is this why you're on a registry?
No, but I got some applause. I was pretty proud of that. They were like, yeah, I get it. Ugh. It's like, go to school. Stop being hoodlums. What is happening out
I don't know.
here?
I'm so distracted.
There's like a young shirtless boy running by the window outside.
I'm like half hearing your stories because there's screaming outside and people
They're
running.
taking off a child's clothes?
I don't know. I just got very distracted.
There's a naked kid outside?
I'm very distracted. I don't know what's happening. And I'm like, do we need to contact someone?
Melanie, go press your boobs against the
Nope.
glass.
I'm good. Thanks
I
for
don't
the
do
offer.
that for free.
James, press your, oh, they're mooning us through the glass.
Is that what's
I
happening?
can't see far enough. I'm assuming it's all for us. That was my assumption. It seems very performative.
Damien. It's all for you, Damien.
I mean, I'm assuming it's not for me. They see two girls in here.
And why
You don't
not?
know that.
That's true. I hope it's for me. That would be nice.
Hey,
I've been feeling a little, dumpy lately. I think, that would be good for my ego.
Is that because you've been traveling and you realize that you're really just inconsequential in the grand scheme of the world?
Oh, no, I've always known I'm inconsequential in the grand scheme of the world.
Did you feel smaller while pooping and looking at the ocean?
Did you feel shameful that you're an American?
I like the word shameful and not smaller.
Smaller.
Because you're so swole right now.
Am I?
Yeah, your arms are big.
I will say that was good for my confidence when I was in Turkey, and I bought some clothes while I was there.
But they were European sizes?
And but the Turkish men, they would like come up to me and like they would hold the shirt up to me and then they would start squeezing my arms and my chest and they go, oh,
That's called
bodyguard.
sexual assault, dude.
Bodyguard.
You're telling me the people in the stores just felt you up
Yeah.
as you were standing.
You paid them for it.
No. I did take a boiling shower and cried in the
Is this what you want? I'm going to Dragon Con next week, and it's going to be a sea of people who need to take a shower.
It's a good thing you just had COVID.
Yes,
Where is
exactly.
Dragon Con?
Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, it pretty much takes over the entire city.
Nice.
It's a sight to behold, and I get to go as media, so that's even more fun.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
Are you going to go to the varsity?
I've been to the varsity before. I mean, it's a tourist trap. It's really not my jam because it's all fried, greasy food.
Yeah.
Which is good if you're like drunk or whatever, but I'm not a big drinker either. So.
Oh, I'm not a drinker
And my
at all.
boyfriend lives there, so we go.
Yeah,
to...
you're a soda. We already discussed that.
Oh, you're soda pop. You're pop. Because you're older.
Oh, we could call him Pop.
Aw,
That's
there
a-
you go.
Pop.
That's a little weird.
All right, Pop.
Yeah, that's. Oh, you know what? I was listening to another podcast about cults, and we had this discussion before. Well, but when you said pop, it reminded me of this guy was. It was a sex cult,
Most of
And-
them are.
It's
And-
called marriage.
and it made me think of a really funny idea for a sketch. But the idea was that this guy is in a cult, and the police come in and they're like, all right, we're breaking up this cult. And he's just fucking everyone in the cult.
Did
Like,
the police volunteer?
No, and the police are like, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, hey, listen, I don't want to do this, but me having sex with all of these holes is the only thing that keeps Satan at bay.
Does he also have to call them holes to
Yes.
keep Satan at bay?
That's part
the
of-
language is part of it.
Part of my religion, quiet
Right.
hole. And when the police start pulling him away, the devil starts pulling himself up out of the floor because it's like, it's true. He actually has to. His sex with all of the holes is what actually keeps
Notice
the
how he
devil.
says holes and not women.
Yeah.
So there's men involved too.
You are objects for man's pleasure.
Oh, well, now I know my place.
Thank you.
How's your wings, Hal? Delicious.
So anyway,
What's up, Pop?
I'm starting a new cult.
What's up, Pop?
I need your holes.
We'll
that
make
could be
sure.
taken into a couple different ways too. Could be, soda pop, Pop Tart, old man pop, pop
If we
goes
call
the
him
weasel,
Pop,
pop
it's old.
that cherry, pop that pussy, pop goes the weasel,
We should just find the worst one and make sure it's clear.
dirty pop.
Justin Timberlake.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
I didn't realize because I'm an old pop.
When your body starts to rock, this is all you got.
Wait. Melanie,
I don't know any words. I don't know a single word in
give
the
me
song.
those lyrics.
I don't know any of mine. We just went. I don't know any words.
This must be.
You guys did a couple podcasts without me.
Yes, we did.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Because I posted one of them and I listened to it the next day. The second one,
That was ballsy. You posted it without listening to it?
yeah, I trust you guys.
I wouldn't. The last one we just spent the
Melanie
first
tried
beginning.
to start a cult.
Yeah, we spent the beginning discussing how each of us were not like you.
Yeah.
You'll listen. You'll see.
Yeah, well, I actually was going to post that one today, but then I realized this one would post immediately following it. So now I think that one will just be like
A blind post?
well, no, it'll be one that, because inevitably a week will happen where something, part of our equipment
Won't
craps
work.
out, and rather than losing the podcast that week,
You're going to miss hearing Jason and Ali's sexy voice.
no, it will be.
Oh, Todd, do you have a sexy voice?
Do I have a sexy voice?
Yeah, do you have a voice that you use and, to
Yeah.
allure your assistant to her death?
I have this like vocal harmonizer I put on the phone.
Oh, no.
It's like,
Oh, so like you have a trach?
yeah, like,
That'd be great.
do you like scary movies?
I interviewed him, Roger, the voice of Ghostface. He's an amazing person, and he's
Yeah.
also the voice of Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo.
Yeah, he's the nicest guy in the world, and he'll like leave you a voice message on your voicemail as one of the characters at a convention if you pay
That's
him.
fantastic.
I
hysterical.
want Mojo Jojo to do the lines from Scream though.
Actually, the next time I interview him, I'll have him do that because
Okay.
we do weird shit like that all the time. Do you know Spooky coming up in October? Have I told you some of the secret stuff that I know?
No.
I'm not going to say it on the podcast because
Oh.
I know some things, but
Oh.
October is going to be a very nostalgic show for us who grew up in the 80s loving movies.
All right. So now, Melanie, we can probably break this down because
What a movie is and what the 80s are? Is that what
Yeah.
you're about to say?
so Spooky Empire is predominantly horror,
And pop culture and rock and roll.
right? So nostalgic from the 80s. I mean, Robert Englund has done Spooky before, so that would
Oh, very much so. I have an amazing picture. I got to choke him. It's the best.
I don't know who that is, but that sounds fun.
He's Freddy
Freddy
Krueger.
Krueger.
Oh, okay.
How old are you?
You know?
Melanie doesn't watch any movies. That's why
That's pop culture though. I mean, everybody knows who Freddy Krueger is.
I will say,
Haven't seen it, but generally know.
so James, on one of the podcasts that was done while I was gone,
Yes.
what they did is they were exploiting Melanie's
Youth?
no her-
Naivete.
A
yes,
little bit.
about her movie knowledge because she doesn't
Oh.
watch movies. So like they showed her the poster for the movie
Oh.
Goonies,
Oh yeah.
and she tried because she's never seen it.
Melanie.
And so
know.
she had to figure out what the movie was based on the
You have
poster.
homework.
So hold on. Now I'm actually thinking, what movie poster can we give her
Okay.
that she would have to guess what it is or
Okay.
the story of the movie?
It won't have the title on it?
It did. It was
Yeah.
like the title in the movie poster, and I had to guess what happened in the movie.
Oh, I'll give you one.
I've got one right here. I've got
Well,
one.
why did you ask James?
Well, because I want her to think of one.
Okay, I have one.
Well, do you want to do yours first?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Well, I don't have.
I gotta see it.
Well, see, I had mine ready
Well, I
to
didn't
go.
know we were going to do that.
Well, that's why I said I would go first. God damn you.
Language.
Do you hear what you just made the microphone do because you yelled?
Yes. So, Melanie, have you seen
Yes.
the movie Cocoon?
No.
Okay. This is the poster. Have you guys seen Cocoon? Yeah.
Okay, so I always have to start by, I don't know why, if everyone else has seen it. So what I see here is it is a pier leading out to a boat.
Uh-huh.
It is nighttime.
Uh-huh.
And it says, it is everything you've dreamed of. It is nothing you expect.
Okay, now, what is Cocoon about?
And there's a man standing on the dock.
Uh-huh.
And what's interesting is it looks like it should be daytime, but there's a moon in the sky.
Right.
And then there's something coming out of the ocean, light or creature,
Right.
depending on. And then the O's in Cocoon are linked.
What's coming?
Oh, hey, Andrew.
Hi, everybody.
Where did you come from?
His mom.
So, Melanie,
Okay,
what is Cocoon about?
so the title Cocoon makes me think of like butterflies or moths or some sort of bug that lives in a cocoon, which makes me think it's some sort of sea creature
Okay.
that comes out of a cocoon.
Okay.
It's everything you've dreamed of. It's nothing you expect. All right, so why are you laughing? That's what it says.
I know. It's funny. What's this movie about?
So
That's what I'm saying right now.
what's the plot?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I think the plot is there is this guy who's really lonely.
Sure.
Okay.
And he spends his time going out onto the boat, going out into the ocean, just like trying to figure out what to do with his life. And then he sees like a blip in the ocean and he's like, mermaid? And he keeps looking for it and he keeps looking for it and he keeps looking for it, but it's not a mermaid. It's some sea creature that comes out of a cocoon. And it's a life and death situation between this man and a sea creature that spans day and night and night and day.
Andrew, have you seen Cocoon?
Yes, I have. You know what? I was just thinking it'd be a great porn parody for Cocoon.
Okay.
So it's the same thing except he has sex with the sea creature.
All right. So Melanie, you're wrong on
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Okay.
But you're right on some things.
Okay.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Do you want to
Right
know
on.
what it's about?
Or
Yeah,
you
I would love to.
Go watch the movie.
So it is about a. You're right that there is something that lives inside of this cocoon, but it is an alien, and the aliens left the cocoons here because their people were sick, and the cocoons would help them heal. But there's a retirement community. I'm assuming it's in Florida.
No one retires anywhere else.
Wilford Brimley, the man with diabetes.
Yes, I actually seen that commercial.
He is in the movie. He's one of the old people.
Okay.
And here's the sick thing.
I heard about this.
I think
He's younger.
he's younger than we are.
Yeah, in this movie.
But
Oh.
he's like an old dude. But so
Wait,
he's in a
really?
yeah. So he's in a retirement community, and what they discover is that when these cocoons are put in a pool, when they swim in the water, it makes them feel younger and more alive.
It's like a
Oh,
fountain
they're
of
like
youth.
absorbing the energy of
Yes.
the alien. They're killing it.
And that is what's happening is they're
Oh my
killing the aliens.
gosh.
So the aliens come.
Get pissy.
And but they're not. The aliens are like actually very like, we understand and we want to take you with us so you can live longer and teach us about your planet. And
Is it a happy ending?
Yeah, and Steve Gutenberg is in it.
Oh,
Jessica
yeah.
Tandy.
Yeah, and is it Ali Sheedy?
Yep.
But she's not in the sequel,
No.
Interesting.
which is just as good.
You saw, there's a sequel to Cocoon?
Yeah, Cocoon 2. They're back and they're
Cocoon
pissed.
2. Come take a nap.
And I'll say this,
Wow.
like little young me, when Cocoon 2 came out, the girl who plays the alien in that one, whoo,
Sexual Awakening.
oh man, I was all about that.
You were
Was,
cocooning.
was it the parts that looked like a human or the parts that didn't look like a human that got you?
No, they were like creatures of light, but they wore human skin.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right. Man. Yeah,
Sorry.
I watched it.
So am I.
Here's the next one. This is the one I was just handed. Weird Science. Have not seen it.
Yeah.
It says Flashback Edition. I don't know if that changes anything.
No.
Okay. And then it says, if you can't get a date, make one.
Right.
I feel like
Yeah.
that helps a lot in my understanding of what this movie is.
Yeah, you
So
should get
what
this.
is Weird Science about?
What's the poster?
Okay, so it is two boys wearing bras on their head and a lady above them. So my
Right.
assumption is they're two boys who can't get a date. So they use their science project for school to make this lady or brainwash this lady in
Yeah.
some way
Yeah.
to love them. But twist turn, she doesn't. She falls in love with like their teacher or their dad or something. Nope, it's them.
You were like cruising down the right track.
And then
And
you
then-
took a hard turn.
And then you hit the fork
Yeah.
in
I
the
made I
road.
made a strong choice. Okay, so she falls in love with them?
No.
Okay, she just
kind
doesn't
of.
fall in love with.
It's an 80s movie.
Yeah.
So they
Zany-
pine after her. She doesn't love anybody, but she's gorgeous.
Zany, wacky occurrences happen. And,
Yeah.
and another thing, another time I interviewed the cast I've interviewed all of them, and it was such a cool thing to hear all the stories behind the scenes. This was one of the first movies with Josh Brolin? Who was the Chet?
Oh no, Chet was what's his name from Twister?
Oh yeah, Bill Paxton.
Bill
That's
Paxton.
Right. Bill Paxton is in this, and this is one of those zany madcap '80s movies, Melanie,
Yeah.
where something goes terribly wrong, and then they learn a moral from it, and then everything goes back to normal, and everything is fine. Especially the house where millions of people come to have a party and trash everything. But the
Well, that's
parents-
because she uses her science powers.
Yes, so it's kind of like a Bride of Frankenstein, but with the zany '80s.
She's a
twist.
genie.
She's a genie?
No, she's not.
You know, that was the great thing about the 80s movies is that,
They had genies?
well, that
it was
women
just
were...
kind of magic happiness.
Women were just objects, and that's really what it was.
And then time went on and Todd got sadder.
Not in the John Hughes movies. The women always had substance in those.
Well, let's see. Pretty in Pink.
Yes.
Yeah, but there was Long Duck Dong,
That was 16 Candles.
16 Candles,
Yes.
which is another John Hughes movie.
Yes, but different.
Long Duck Dong.
And that was
No
a
one
guy.
needed you to do that.
whoa.
No one asked you to do that.
And that was a guy.
You
It
made
had nothing to
yourself
do with
cough.
women.
You know how problematic that was.
Well, every time he said his name, there was a
A
gong
that
sound.
went off. Yep.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow Andrew around with a gong, and every time you say your name, I'm going to bang the gong.
I mean, if
hey,
there's
he's here,
a
guys.
stereotypical name to have in an 80s movie, that's not a bad one. Long.
Do you,
Dong.
Andrew, Bong, take this?
Well, but Andrew, your last name isn't Asian. That's the
I know.
weirdest thing.
I know.
It's like Andrew
Ramos.
Who the fuck? Where's Andrew Ramos?
Andrew,
What's your middle
Dong.
name?
Bong. Middle name?
Yeah.
It's very Asian. It's Robert.
Who are your parents?
Andrew Robert
White.
Ramos.
Yeah. Arr.
Oh, I just heard a comedian today who,
Is it us?
no, his name is, I think, Rashid. Yeah. He's a British comic, and he's Indian, and his name is Rashid, but he said he didn't find out until his, first grade when they did roll call that his first name was, Jonathan.
Because they called him by his middle name.
Well, but his parents gave them that name because they said, listen, the society is kind of racist, and someday you're going to apply for something, and if they see Rashid, they might, turn you away right away.
Those are parents
Yeah.
with foresight. Yeah.
Yeah. But then he brought up a good point of eventually there's going to have to be an interview, and I'm going to sit down, and they're going to be thinking they're looking for a guy named Jonathan who's white.
Yeah.
So he's like, it won't really work.
So, Andrew, do you tick off a lot of boxes on applications with the Hispanic name but the Asian heritage?
I just steal boxes.
If you could be
I'm
a
poor.
lesbian, that would be even better.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I don't think I surprise anybody when they go, Andrew Ramos, let's see. And they see me.
Well, that's why I say you're ethnically ambiguous, because you don't look like any one ethnicity.
That's right.
Yeah, like I always say, you're the little kid from Up. I don't know what he is.
But the wilderness must be explored.
I hate you.
That's why you hate Todd? Out of all the reasons, that's the reason?
That is the one.
My boyfriend, his name, he's like, it's become the joke of the motion picture industry that name is used for any villain in a movie.
What?
Kevin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kevin!
Kevin! And the bird from Up, the crazy lunatic bird. Kevin.
Home Alone. You've seen Home Alone, right?
No.
Oh my
Get the
God.
hell.
Do you
And
live in a
oh
shelter?
my God. What's Home Alone about? In 30 seconds.
Generally, I feel like I know that, so I feel like I'm cheating. But
Yeah.
kid gets left home alone. Robbers
Sure.
try to break in. Lots of booby traps and
Yeah.
things happen to make them go away.
Yeah.
Right, but
What's the trauma though that happens to the kid that is emotionally scarring not only for
His parents leave him.
no.
No.
There's something really dark and dirty.
I don't know that.
Like that. Can't believe
Yeah.
you didn't hear about this. What do you think that is? They censor this badly.
Besides the fact that there are robbers trying to break
Right,
in and potentially murder him.
Right, but
Yeah.
what you...
My
it's, no,
trauma-
it's that, not that they murder him, but
No.
they do get him at
Yeah.
one point.
It's messed
It
up.
turns really dark. You think it's going to be a madcap comedy, and it's not.
Yeah. What do you
And
think?
then the
that they-
second part is even worse. Part 2, that's where I got my trauma from.
Yeah.
So, Melanie, what did the burglars do to him?
Hurt him? Cut him? Is it violent? Like bloody, gory?
It's it's psychological.
Psychological?
Yeah.
They tell him his family is dead.
No.
No.
They tell...
They touch his little butt. No, they don't.
No, we're messing
No,
with you.
seriously, Melanie. The worst part is part 2, because you know who's in part 2? Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Pigeon lady.
Oh.
Oh, I was gonna say pigeon lady.
All right, let's...
Well, Tim Curry's in it too, so that kind of makes up
So,
for it.
let's...
love you.
We have to wrap this up.
Yeah.
We were waiting
Much
on
like
you.
they did to Kevin in that first.
So now you all just lie to me, and it doesn't even
Yeah.
impact me because I have no concept
Yeah.
if you're lying
I
to
said
me
it
or
was
not.
psychological. I said nothing about butt touching.
Listen,
I didn't say butt
If
touching.
I am a burglar and I'm trying to break into a house, and some kid throws a full can of paint at me or burns me,
and you get concussed.
sets me on fire, I'm touching his little butt.
That's legitimately your first choice.
Did he also like tar their heads and like
I'll say-
thumbtacks on their feet?
Watch that movie as a kid, and you're like, haha, wow. Watch it as an adult, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, what's wrong with this kid? This little psychopath.
Piece of shit.
All right, so we got to wrap it up. Melanie,
Hi.
what did you learn tonight?
I learned that I can't learn anything about movies from you all. Because even if I think I'm learning plot lines, you're probably lying to me.
You should watch Cocoon. Andrew,
Yeah.
what did you learn tonight?
I learned that Melanie is easy to manipulate.
Great thing to share with the world. Thanks, Andrew.
Well, we call it gaslighting. James, what did you learn tonight?
It is confirmed that Todd is a butt toucher.
Oh,
Butt toucher and Pop.
Yeah,
Pop's a butt
nickname.
toucher.
I'm gonna.
Pop.
And I learned something tonight too. I'm gonna pop that little butt. All right, we're Mama's Comedy Show. We're here every Friday night. Go to www.mamascomedyshow.com to get tickets or reservations. The show starts at 9 p.m. Andrew,
Yes.
where can people find you?
You can find me
Andrew.
at twitch.tv, Omnigun, OMNIGUNN. Leave a follow. Come watch me play some games and such. I actually had someone from Mama's come watch. It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
really cool.
Did you talk? Did you make a friend?
Yes.
Are you best friends now?
I haven't seen him in a minute.
Oh.
Yeah, you must not have really done well then.
You.
James, where can people find you?
You can find me online at
.com.
We're also on Instagram and the TikTok, and this is our last season, so you can find dates of our remaining shows, including this Sunday's 10th anniversary show happening at the Abbey. Tickets are still available.
.com. Melanie, where can people find you?
Don't.
Yeah. You're going to be watching Cocoon. Also,
And Weird Science.
You all should make me a list.
Saturday the 31st, Mama's is doing a special show. We're doing a family-friendly show at, hold on, let me pull up all of the information. I should have done this.
It's the 31st in the Dr. Phillips area.
Theater South, right?
Yes. It's Theater South. It is
Theater South Playhouse. Yeah, okay.
It's in Dr. Phillips.
So yeah, we are doing a special family-friendly show because
7:30.
Yeah, at 7:30. And for those of you who don't know, the governor of Florida
Is a douchebag.
Well, he cut all arts funding. He cut all arts funding to every small theater, every movie theater that relied on arts funding. And Theater South Playhouse lost a lot of money. So we are doing a fundraiser. It's a one night only, August 31st at 7:30. You can get tickets at
TheaterSouthPlayhouse.com.
no, it's
You want me to guess too?
False information.
TheaterSouth.com.
it's TeachTix, TeachTix.com/TS Playhouse. And it all, that's their website. We'll post it on our Facebook page as well, but it does go, everything goes to help this little theater company that lost a lot of money in arts grants. And it's a family-friendly show. It's not like the regular show, so you can actually bring your
You can still get pregnant.
little ones.
And I think a lot of their programming has like shows that include youth. You know, where a lot
Yes,
of
they
local
have a
theaters
really
don't.
good youth program.
I think they got
Zoe's auditioned for them,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, butt touching. All right, we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.